Aiko could enter the dojo gates with ease. The gates were a monstrous wooden structure that wouldn't even budge for most people. I, for example, still hadn't made them move at all. But Aiko could do it with one finger, and with such a tellingly light touch that it was almost insulting. Other people told me I'd get it someday, assuming I didn't die first, but I'd managed to do that part, and still, I was getting nowhere. Even trickier was that no one but me ever actually tried to enter through the gates, so I couldn't even test whether it was possible for anyone other than a resident to make them move. The grounds of the last refuge dojo were large. They were closed off from the outside world by old stone walls. I'd heard a military fort may have stood there in the past, but I'd never found any details on that, despite digging through the archives. I'd already figured out that lots of things just can't be found online, so the last hope for old records was our school library, which was wonderfully well stocked and which we were highly encouraged to use. In any case, these walls were 3 meters tall, which wouldn't be an obstacle for a martial arts master, but there probably weren't many daredevils looking to get inside that way. At best, it would be disrespectful to the masters, and at worst, let's just say I wouldn't recommend any other method of entry than knocking on the gate and waiting patiently for someone to let you in, if they let you in at all. Aiko was already far ahead of me, but I dropped my satchel under a special canopy made to protect our belongings from the elements and followed cautiously after her, ears pricked for every sound. I was no longer foolish enough to believe that one could walk in safety within these walls. No, the masters would never have allowed that. As they put it, they were honing my instinct for danger. The thing was, anyone's instinct for danger would have been kicking and screaming for their attention anywhere in the dojo. It wasn't the instinct itself that mattered, but rather the ability to use it to assess and pick out specific details that might help you in all kinds of situations. That was the hard part. I saw the tripwire straight away. I stood and examined it carefully. The wire was transparent, but the sun just happened to be shining on it right now, plus a few flattened blades of grass around it were giving me an extra clue. The paths in the dojo were laid from natural stone, while the lawns were overseen separately by one of the masters. Overseen meaning that the lawns were almost always in perfect condition,